Shanique Fisher, originally from the Bahamas, and this is my story. It's life before Dimitri. I was running a successful janitorial company. I was all excited about that. And, the boys were in school. And Deja, she was already out of school. And life was good. Having another child was definitely not in my foreseeable future. Not at all. To be told that you're expecting this little bundle of joy, at first I was denial because I'm like, nah, can't be, nah, But then reality hit, when you're going to, and you're there doing the sonogram, and you're like, yeah. And then you hear that boom, 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 boom. And then you say to yourself, that's life there. So with the good news, at that time, we were just looking forward to a healthy pregnancy, a healthy baby. When the lady who was doing the ultrasound, when she said, all she said to me was hernia. And I'm thinking, okay, is there something protruding? I was very uneasy because I had two gynecologists arguing over my head. Yes, it's a congenital diaphragmatic hernia. No, it's not. Oh, well, we'll just wait to see. Oh, no, you have to plan. And I'm thinking, they're just actually playing medical Russian roulette. I can't do this to my son. Definitely knowing that the Bahamas was not going to be able to help him in the way that he would have needed to be helped. So the congenital diaphragmatic hernia in Dimitri's case, the left side of his diaphragm, which is the muscle that separates the upper from the lower. So all of the organs that should have been in the lower part of his body actually came up through the diaphragm because the diaphragm did not seal properly on the left side. So he had everything up in his left chest area. And because of that, he did not develop a left lung because we had heart, stomach, bowels, intestines, liver. You had everything just up in the chest area. I was wondering, how am I going to do this? I would definitely need someplace to stay. I don't know anybody. What am I going to do? I have some family on my father's side. She was up here in Jacksonville. And so we said, okay, we would see if I could stay by her, and she was good in helping me get with doctor's appointments, etc., etc. So when I first came, I went to Shands for a prenatal scan, checkup, etc. And it was confirmed congenital diaphragmatic hernia. I had entered in June of 2016, which didn't really give me a lot of time because Dimitri was born September 1st, 2016. So at that point when I went into labor, I went right back there to Shands. Now I knew what labor pains were about, but these were just different. These were just hitting differently. And so when I went to the hospital and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm presenting with. This is what I was told. And they looked, and everybody in the room, they just kind of went silent. They just went silent. And I'm wondering, okay, I'm here. Can you let me know what's going on? Can you just please? The fear that I began to feel was, okay, is it something more than just a congenital diaphragmatic hernia? Or how bad is this diaphragmatic hernia? Is this going to be a life-threatening situation for him? Is this going to be something fixable? Is this going to be something treatable? Is this a long-term? How is this going to impact his day-to-day living? And then I can remember The lady, she came to me and she said to me, we are going to do an emergency C-section. We're going to take him from you now. We have to get him now. And oh God, there was this gentleman who came to me and he was trying to tell me what all was going on and what all to expect. And I could remember asking him, I'm like, can I at least see my baby? And he's like, we don't have that kind of time. We don't have that kind of time. And I'm thinking to myself, are you kidding me? Like, you're gonna take my baby away from me and I can't even get to see him. I can't even get to see what he looks like before you take him. So they ran ahead and they did what they had to do. And here comes Dimitri. They took him, and I was able to get a phone call later that night from a nurse at Wolfson's, and she had said to me that, that they have him, and I had asked if I could have gotten a photo, and she said that she would have to speak with the head nurse because it was against policies, etc., etc. And I begged her, I said, please, I'm like, I just want to see him. And she was kind enough. And they took a photo and they sent it to my phone. So my first time ever seeing Dimitri was by a photo. Stayed in the hospital for a few more days and got discharged and was able to go there to see him. And when I saw him, he was just a little precious little thing. He had cords running around him from everywhere. It was just cords everywhere. Everything was just beeping, and to me it didn't matter. At that point when I saw all of the cords and all the machines, and I'm like, okay, Shanique, this is far more than you could have ever imagined. This is nothing like what would have been back home in the Bahamas. Take comfort in knowing that you guys made the right decision in coming here to try to save his life. And apart from all of the cords and all of the beeping sounds, I just saw my baby. I just saw my Dimitri, and I could remember trying to hold on to his hand. And he was able to just grab until he held on to my little finger. And, I started talking to him and I told him that we all loved him and we were just waiting for him and to get better. And it was one of the hardest experiences for me because as a mother, I never knew what it was to leave my baby in the hospital. I never knew what it was to have a sick child. It was just so much coming at you one time, and you're thinking, okay, Shanique, no, I don't know none of these medical terminologies, and even though they tried their best to explain it to me in layman's terms, at one point it wasn't that I was not understanding it. It was just the mother in me hearing them, but the mother in me just wanted them to say, your baby's gonna be okay.